You know how I did that comparison video with Shadow of the Tomb Raider PC versus Xbox One S? Well, today I'm going to show you the insides of my PC. Plus the case. It might surprise you a little bit. Who knows? Some people could consider it a sleeper PC because once you see the case, you'll understand. It's not what you would expect from a PC case from 2018. Okay, well, I'm going to be moving the camera around to kind of show you the outside of the case for now, and then I'll be showing you the insides as soon as I shut it down and open it up. Okay. There's the top of the case. As you can see, there's red lights in the back, and that kind of glows. I'm just kind of scanning the front of it because I kind of got jammed in a tight little spot. Actually works rather well there, and it works. It doubles as a nice stand for things too as well. It's been slightly modified with a 120mm fan on top to help suck the heat out. Where you see those holes, that's where the old fans were meant to be, but the ones that were in it were louder than heck and vibrated pretty darn good. I actually had those holes taped up with packing tape, believe it or not, to help pull the heat from the processor and video card or wherever else heat might be coming from. I have it pulling straight up and out the top instead of out the back, but the power supply is still pulling some of the heat out too as well. I'll show you that in a moment. I'm going to pause this video. Well, here's the side of my case. As you can see, there's no fans, no nothing. One of these days I might just do what I did to the top of the case and add a fan to the side. I haven't decided yet. Don't really need to, but I might do it. Well, here's the back of it. Right here, what I was telling you before, when you seen the red light on the wall, I taped these holes up so that way the 120mm fan wouldn't just suck air through these holes and not suck any air from anywhere else. Here's the power supply. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Let me get a light going. Give me just a moment. There we go. That should help a little bit. Ooh, that helps out rather nicely. Oh my. I just now noticed something. I'll show you in a moment. Here's the rear board, or the I/O plate. Really dusty. I haven't had it in this case that long. That fan must be doing something right. Here's my video card. I'm gonna have to give this thing a good clean out here soon. A lot sooner than I thought I would. Well, here's the back I/O. It has a keyboard / mouse, 2 USBs, a VGA, serial port. Who really needs that anymore nowadays? One thing I like about this board is dual HDMI ports. I'm not sure what revision. And then 2 USB ports, and then 2 Ethernet ports. 2 gigabit internet ports, and then another 2 more USBs. And I have to go out, which I actually do use. It goes to my mini sound bar, which gives out great sound, a lot better than normal speakers, and a lot better than any speakers on monitors I could ever hope for. And it has, of course, the normal audio out. And down here, I have my video card. I'll show you that in a moment. And then I have this. This panel is for actual SSD adapter. I'll show you that in a moment too. And then I have USBs here. And farther down, I just realized it. I need to clean that out. I didn't realize it got that bad. We do have a cat, so not too surprising. Let's get that cleaned out. Maybe that's why it's running so noisy lately. Just give me a second to throw this away, and I'll take the side panel off and show you. give me a second to throw that away, and I'll take the side panel off and show you what's on the inside. Let me turn it. Thing is about this whole case, don't know I can get this side panel off. It doesn't come off normally. I gotta use a Phillips screwdriver and pry the darn thing off. This doesn't slide off. There we go. Yeah, this side's been beat up pretty good. I should probably figure that out one of these days, why it's like that. Okay, on the internals. Oh, that explains a lot. My son actually wanted me to add that. It's the LED, the red lights you were seeing. Let's point this downward. Right here I have a 400 watt Sigma Tech power supply. I've had this quite a while. It's been quite the trooper for me. There's only one drawback. All the SATA ports are all on one line, so I had to use an adapter for the Blu-ray drive that I'm currently using. Yeah. This is actually like a server class motherboard, or server-ish. It's socket 1155. It's almost 8 years old now. 6 years old, 6+ years old. It's a Supermicro. I'm not sure what the model number is. I'll find out and add that to the comments. Right here I have a RX 460, 4 gig. It's XFX edition. Let me grab the box and I'll show you. I still currently have it, which is kind of surprising. Normally I throw that stuff away. Here's what it is. Radeon RX 464 gig. It's HDMI ready, AMD FreeSync Tech, DirectX 12 optimized, FinFET 14, not sure what that is. Output, DisplayPort, HDMI 2.0, dual link DVI. It's the mini version with only a single fan. It stays rather cool. I'm not sure how well you can read all that, but I'll create a link to the video card so you can look it up and see what specs it has, the rest of it. Better yet, I'll just show you the model number or part. It's the RX 460P4S, I believe. Yes, it is. And then I have 2 sticks. I'll take one out and show you. 2 sticks of 4 gig DDR3 RAM, rated at 10600, which is 1333. A little on the slower side compared to today's standards, but still gets the job done. What I have under this CPU fan is a Intel i5 2500, not the 2500K. What we have here is the i5 2500K, or 2500, not the 2500K like I probably should have gotten. But since I'm using this motherboard, it probably won't make a difference, as I don't believe it can overclock it anyhow. I believe it's a locked motherboard. It's a Supermicro server class. Here, I'll take this card out and show it to you. I already put the RAM back in. I made a mistake with my video. I had it paused for a while. I didn't realize it. Go figure, right? I'm still fairly new to this. Okay. Here's the FXX 460. the RX 460.
Like the box said, it has the DisplayPort, HDMI, and dual-link DVI.
Unfortunately, I tried hooking a VGA monitor up to this. Does not work through an adapter, which kind of annoyed me. So I had to. The only way I could do that was enable the VGA onboard to work, which took away from the system RAM. But thank goodness, I didn't really hurt performance on it because it only took a couple hundred megs. I'll set this aside for now because I'd like to really show you the other part, which is this one right here. This has a Micron 256 gigabyte SATA 6 gig. What does that say? M.2 SSD card. The thing I found out about the Super Hub, if I'm using the SSD card, I have to use the SATA port, which goes to a 6.0 gig SATA port, or 6.0, yeah, 6.0 gigabyte SATA port.
This board has two of them, the two white ones here.
And it has 4 more ports below it, for a total of 6 ports,
which I really like.
I'll show you why in a moment. And then this also has an NVMe M.2 slot that I hope I can get either 512 gig or a terabyte. I'll try for a terabyte, but them are quite pricey and out of my price range right now. As you can see, these are the LED lights I was showing you earlier. It shows the status and activity of the SSD. Sorry. This hooks into a PCI Express 4X slot. The NVMe will go through the 4X, while the SSD goes through the SATA. I found out the hard way, unfortunately. I'm going to set this aside for a moment. As you can see, I have PCI Express X16, X1, an X4 slot, and a regular PCI slot, which I really don't have any use for anymore. Unfortunately, these are only Gen 2.0, so once I get an NVMe card for this, I'll only run at 10 gigabytes bandwidth instead of 20, I believe, which I believe it can do. But still, that should be plenty fast for what I want to use it for. I just want to install games, use it for games, mostly, and other programs like, say, video editing. Hopefully here soon, once I get a little better at this. Well, also, let me move this again. Sorry for all this moving around. I'm doing the best I can with what I got to work with, which isn't much at the moment, but hopefully soon here. Okay, I have a 500 gig Western Digital Black, which gives me about 150 megs a second read and write. I have I believe this is a hard drive from an Xbox One. It's a 500 gig. Actually, it's the Seagate. That's my SSHD, I believe. I'm not sure which one's which right offhand without taking them out. And I have another 500 gig here as well. One is used for just general storage, and the other one is used for video captures. Like I said, I'm not sure which one's which. I'd have to pull them out to find out, and I don't really want to move these cables around and unplug them too much. Like, everything's set the way I like it right now. And then right here is the 120mm fan, which I had to do some modding, so you can't completely call it a sleeper, but yeah, I believe you still can. It's just use the angle grinder, cut a hole in it, use the Dremel to smooth out the sides best I could, and then I added tape that cover up the rough parts, because I have a 2-year-old that likes to stick his little fingers in wherever he can. And of course I added a grill to keep fingers out the rest of the way. What I'm thinking about doing is adding liquid cooling to this. I'm not sure if I'm going to add it here and make this bigger, add a bigger hole so for a larger cooler, or maybe I could add it back here, which would probably be a good spot for it. Or maybe right down here in front. Which probably wouldn't be a bad spot either. Just decisions. Eventually I'd like to upgrade this thing completely. I'm not sure to what yet. I'll hopefully figure that out someday. But we'll see. Any questions, comments, concerns? Feel free to ask you anything you want. Let's see. I do plan on upgrading that. I don't know if I told you or mentioned this already, but I do plan on putting a regular stock Intel cooler on there instead of this one. The only drawback, I like this cooler. It does pretty good, but it only has a 3-pin instead of a 4-pin connector, which I believe actually helps control the speeds. This one likes to rev up, but I think I see why now. It's full of cat hair. Go figure, right? Let's see what else. I have I'm not sure if I even mentioned this yet. I have a Blu-ray drive in it. I don't hardly ever use, but I have older games from like '98 era that I still like to play and still work on here. I believe still would work. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I have a SATA connector on there, adapter that has both the SATA cable built in and a Molex or adapter to Molex built in, which works quite well for this style. I know my cable management kind of sucks, but that's what you get for a 10-year-old PC or 10 plus year old case, maybe even 15 years old. I believe this one had an old Athlon XP CPU in it from the socket A era. Well, I'm going to put the cards back in, button it back up, and then fire it up and show you a couple of benchmarks with it. Oh yes, I might have mentioned it before, I'm sitting on the carpet. I've built many PCs sitting on the carpet. I don't get as much static shock as most people think I would. I don't know how many computers I've built with this one screwdriver. I know it's been many. I mean many computers. It's been my trusty go-to screwdriver. I bought it in a kit years ago. Get you back in. I've also built many computers on the carpet. I know you shouldn't because of static shock, but I've never really had an issue with that, believe it or not. And also, I don't ever wear a grounding strap. From my experience with grounding straps, they could cause more problems than they're worth. But don't take my word for it. Take any precautions you feel you need to. I'm just rehooking everything back up. Well, that's the inside of my case. Oops, wire management's not the greatest, but it still allows airflow, so I'm not too terribly worried about it right now. Maybe someday I'll add liquid cooling to it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just switch to a different case. Here soon, I hope to upgrade this power supply to something a little newer. That way I have more SATA lanes instead of just the one on the one cable, which really annoys me. But right now it's working out pretty good because it has all my hard drives hooked up to it. So that works. I have a total of basically four hard drives. 3 hard drives and an SSD technically. for 1.7 terabytes of hard drive space. And I still feel that's not enough. I need more. Alright, one thing I want to do before I put the panel back on, and then, like I said, I'll show you some benchies and let you guys draw your own conclusions about this thing. It's a mini beast. Only pay about $200 to build it. That's for processor, motherboard, video card. I got this video card at a really good deal on eBay for $65, believe it or not. I believe they're going for about $100. The Super Hub was about $17, maybe $18 for the adapter. The SSD was $35 for the 256 micron SSD. Also, that SSD gets right around the 550 to 560 megs read and about 450, actually might be about 550 for writes as well, for sequential. So it's pretty good for what I paid for it. Well, that's the end of this video. I'll be doing another video with some benchmarking and let me think. Maybe some more game comparisons, or just games in general. Leave in the comments if you want to see certain games. I'll do my best to bench them for you in case you want to build a system similar to this. For the fact that this system being built on parts from 2012 roughly, still holding its own. A mix of parts from 2012 and 2016. Video cards 2016, from what I can remember. Thank you for watching. This is Unjust Turtle. Thank you for watching again, of course. I hope this helps you out in the future. That you can build just about anything in any kind of case you want. All up to your perspective, I suppose, or inclination. Not really sure what to put it or say it as. Thank you again for watching. Like I said, comment below on any questions, comments, or concerns, and any games or anything you'd like to see benchmarked on here or ran on here in general. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye. Okay. As you've seen in the first part of the video, I was telling you about the parts inside. Well, here I'm going to show you. Here's the BIOS, of course, as you can tell. It has a Core i5 2500 CPU at 3.3 GHz, which is pretty good in nowadays standards yet. It's the Supermicro C7Q67 version 1.0 or 0B. Build date was 2011. I might have to check and see if there's a BIOS update. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, because who knows what else I could get with it. It has all the basic features. As you can see, it, from what I can tell, doesn't let you do any overclocking, which is unfortunate. But Turbo Boost works rather well. I haven't quite played with much of this yet, as I like the way it's running as it is. There's the memory frequency, which is 1333, non-ECC, UDIM. I'm not sure if this could handle ECC or not. I have it AHCI mode. Here's my 256 gig SSD. It's on that adapter card. Shows up here. Then the Western Digital, the DVD or Blu-ray drive, and each of the 500 gig Seagates. One's an SSHD and the other one's a standard video style one.
from the Xbox One I had that wouldn't power up any longer. Not really much in here to show you. That's about all I really want to show you in here. As you can see, it goes from the DVD drive to the SSD. I should probably switch these around. Might help it boot a little quicker. Let's see. Go like that. Oop, wrong way. Put the top of here. Might boot a little quicker. Let's find out, shall we? Let's go. Exit. Save. Yes. Let's find out if it boots a little quicker. Or if it boots at all from changing it around. That's a little quicker. Oh, I don't like that. Uh-oh, I think I might have broke it. Let's go Control Alt Delete, restart. See if I can get back in the BIOS. Fix that. There we go. Go to boot. Boot options. Boot manager. And put that there. Let's try that once. Escape, exit, and save. Let's see if I boot this time, shall we? Sometimes you just gotta play around with settings to see what works the best. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This time it worked. Thank goodness. 'Cause I've been known to break things before. Here we go. I got it set up so I need a pin to be able to get in. That's due to because my 4-year-old likes to use the computer all the time on me. That way he doesn't monkey around with this one. Well, I gotta go. As you can see, I'm running Windows 10. I'll go here. Properties. The Core i5 2500 3.3. I have 8 gigs of RAM. I have 7.89 usable. That's because I have my onboard also enabled, due to be able to have an external monitor hooked up through the VGA port. Because I don't know if I mentioned it in earlier in the video, but the DVI port on the video card on the RX 460, I'm not able to use a DVI adapter to run a VGA. It just comes up with a blank screen unnoticed. Well, oh, that's the other thing I can show you. I go to my PC. Here's my 4 hard drives. I got the local disk, which is my SSD. I need to do a cleanup on that. Game clips, games, which is the Western Digital, and then I have a 500 gig for basic storage. But I should really get larger hard drives here soon and transfer it all over. But I haven't really felt like doing that yet. Once I can afford to. That's why I want the 1 gig NVMe drive, because I'll transfer the games to that. And it'll free up that hard drive. Well, thank you again for watching. Well, let me rotate this one and show you some of the games I have on here. Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2. I do have Fortnite on here. I'll be doing a video of that here soon. I have a free version of, as you can see, Wondershare, Filmora. I have some other ones I've been trying out. I haven't really liked them. Not as much as I like Filmora. I need to purchase that here real soon too, to get rid of that watermark. And I have a couple other games. Oh, yeah, let me turn this sideways and bring up Crystal Disk Mark. Which one is it set to? Here's my main drive. I'll just do the sequential. Well, I'll do them all. I'll let you see it in action. Give it a moment. Yeah. Oh, I mainly want the top ones right now. Let's just do this one. Oh, I was wrong. It's around 523 megs for reading. Right. I was off by a little bit. I'm sorry. Still, for that SSD, being on a adapter board the way it is, and then going through the SATA port, I believe that's doing pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let's see what the right comes up as. Oh, I guess I was wrong on that one too. I did this once before and it's been about a week since I've done it. At least this is showing you what it actually is. Give it another moment. Well, 526 megs read and 439 megs write. Megabytes, I believe, a second. For being the SSD that goes through the adapter board, through a SATA cable to the board, I can live with that. Well, thank you again for watching. This has been Unjust Turtle coming to you. If there's any other games you want to see, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Thank you.